All right, guys. Well, after winning 9 fights in a row, our next guest has finally earned an interim title shot UFC 209 with an impressive win over RDA in his last performance. He now faces longtime rival Khabib this March. Tony Ferguson, welcome back to Submission Rated. It's great to have you, man.
Hey, thanks, guys. I just finished practice in LA with Coach Eddie Bravo. I'm amped. I'm more than excited. We only got a few more weeks, gentlemen.
Wow, we can hear the adrenaline in your voice. Before we get into it, Tony, because there's a lot to talk about, we did see that Spouse Day went well on Instagram. There's a picture of some balloons and chocolates your wife got you to celebrate. Now, with Valentine's Day coming up, is it safe to say the stakes are high?
It was cool, man. It was Spouse Day. I wasn't expecting it. Big, tough robot like myself. She got me to smile once or twice. I told her, keep that under wraps, but she got me, man. It was a great thing, and I still hang up the balloons in the room, so it was cool. And dope little surprise, man.
Well, let's talk about the stakes because, like you mentioned, I mean, you're amped up. It's all happening. We're just a few weeks away. And before we get to the matchup, there's been some news coming out around UFC 209. Some news came out last week where Jose Aldo's coach claimed that him and Aldo tried to organize a fight with yourself. And we quote, he said this in an interview, when we offered it, he ran and didn't take it. Now, people haven't really gotten a chance to hear your side of the story. What happened there? And did you ever even get a chance to fight Aldo?
That dude is full of shit. You know what? I've never backed away from a fight. In fact, I've taken fights to save cards. As for other people saying that they're going to take like a fall or whatever the hell, I don't know what Aldo's problem is. He's trying to stay in the limelight. That dude's fading out faster than a firework on 4th of July. That dude's just he's trying to make his way back in, and he's trying to obviously have my name in his mouth, which that's not fair to say because honestly I'm not talking shit to him. But if him and his coach want to sign on dotted line, I don't have a problem with it. But to say that I refuse a fight is complete shit. Like I said, I've never backed away from any fight that's ever been presented to me, so on and so forth. I always sign on dotted line, and I always show up no matter what. There's been one instance that I haven't had it, but I fucking bite my lip, and I get so pissed off of myself that I couldn't make it that one time. And that's for Khabib, and this is the fight that we're talking about. Fuck Aldo.
I mean, obviously Khabib and you, that's the fight that people wanted to see for a long, long time. Just curious, did you ever get offered the Aldo fight?
Did I ever get offered it? I don't remember getting offered the Aldo fight at all. I don't remember it being on the fucking on the board. I don't even remember being on the plate. So as far as like what people are saying, the fights that I got offered are the ones that have been presented to me.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that fight. I mean, everybody's excited about it. You and Khabib, UFC 209, the fight that everybody's been waiting for such a long time. There were a few issues, a few hurdles coming in when this fight was being put together. When the fight was brought to you, there were some reports he asked for a similar purse to Khabib, something that Dana White didn't want to grant you. Talk to us about that process. And did the UFC update and renegotiate your contract to make this fight happen?
It was a bullshit kind of talk thing that just had to happen. I thought, you know what, we have the same kind of numbers, we have the same kind of record. As far as demographics, I don't know. You want to talk about Instagram likes and all that other like the bullshit? I didn't get involved in this business for that. But I felt that the what was going on wasn't fair, so I had to fucking put my foot down. I put my foot down. I've always been a guy from my company being a yes man, but this is the time I thought I needed to be fair. We're fighting for an interim belt. There's no bullshit, man. There's no bullshit fight. This is the one. You got a nine in a fight world record versus an 8 fight world record with a padded record and a furry hat. That's this dude, man. I'm about to fight him, and I'm going to take all of this credibility. I'm going to take his hype train. I'm going to derail that SOB, man. I'm tired of the talks between, I'll make more money and this and that. I'm like, man, you guys are fucking fools, man. You guys, your heads are floating in the clouds. I'm going to put you guys back on the ground where you belong. You know, I'm the money maker here. You guys I'm going to crush you guys. You know, I'm the Matt Monster in this division, and I'm the one that's keeping it straight, man, Bushido-like. So when Khabib wanted to offer out the fight money, I thought it was bullshit that the UFC didn't do it. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, you got fighters wanting to fork over the money for us to create these fights. Let's go, company. Let's go, man. Because I'm a company man. I'm all for the UFC. But you got to pay your fighters, man. And I'm worth it. I show up. I bleed for this company, man. And I make other people bleed. And that's what the fans want. March 4th, you're going to see exactly that come. UFC 209.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy situation. A lot of people freaked out when they saw even Khabib offering you the $200,000. What ended up happening? And are you happy now with the way the situation panned out? Did you end up getting what you wanted, Tony?
Hell no, I'm not happy. Do I look happy? Do I sound happy? Fuck no, I'm not happy. I can't wait till I'm happy until I smash this dude in the ground and then go after the real belt. But like I said, I don't look past these guys. I look right through them. And with Khabib right now, and even with past people that always told me, you worry about winning, Tony. You worry about winning, Anthony, and everything else is going to put itself forward. And so far, so good, and I'm relentless, and these guys don't have that same pace that I do. They can't match my grind.
Absolutely. And I mean, we've seen this happen from time to time. Luke Rockhold, for example, wanted to negotiate some of his deals. If you do win this fight against Khabib and do become interim champion, and you get some of these multi-million-dollar fights, such as the fight with McGregor, will it be a situation where you once again sort of look at it and want to get a fair paycheck for a multi-million-dollar fight like that?
Well, it'll be funny because Conor and I actually have the same management, so if I do win, then obviously it's going to be something kind of to talk about. I don't want to talk about it, but that's besides the point. But they're already talking about it, and I know where their heads are at, man, and they know where I'm at, so I don't have to go outside and talk a lot of BS. But I know whoever holding that belt, I don't care whose boy they are, I'm going to go and I'm going to wreck shit. So there's only 2 other people that are left in this division. I don't give a shit who's managing them. It's not going to stop me from slinging leather and coming out with that victory.
I mean, this is all very exciting. It's been a 9-fight win streak, which started in October 2013. It's been amazing to watch, Tony. Years of grinding away, and many disappointments in between, with fights falling out and sort of delaying your rise. How does it feel to finally be getting this interim title shot?
It's amazing. Taking a shot from the aggressive nature that I always have. It's beautiful. It's awesome to look back. And the other day, I was just kind of scrolling through my head and just being thankful that the process has been relentless, just like how I fight. It's been a complete grind. It's been nonstop, grueling, taking time away from family, putting all of my energies towards my passion, which is this art and my career. And it's ups and downs, and it's been bumps and bruises, man, as you guys have seen. But it's been glorious. I couldn't ask for a much better platform to express myself than to go out there and do it in front of millions and millions of people, and then so on and so forth, man. That's the shit. This is an awesome process. And so now with this belt in hand coming at, it's awesome. I can't wait to go out there and be faster than I've ever been, hit harder than I've ever hit, and fold this dude and put him away in submission style, Tony tactical style, snap jitsu style. That's what I want to do. I want to put this thing on the map and put him in Snap Down City.
Well, that's interesting, and I want to circle back to that. But, Khabib spoke to Damon Mann, and he said, I want to break his face because I want to teach him respect. He also said, if Tony Ferguson gives me his arm, I'm going to break it like Frank Mir and Antonio Nogueira. Is it hard for this fight not to get personal when you sort of hear him say things like that? And how do you approach the fight like this mentally?
Now you done did a brought up bullshit. Now you're going to bring me back to that one time where I was pissed off and I went and blasted the shit out of the bags. Because, for one, I love holding my son. I love holding my kid. And nothing's going to fucking stop me from holding my son. So you can threaten me, Khabib, but that's not what you want to fucking do to me, because I'm not the guy to threaten.
Wow, this is an even more intense version of Tony. You're gonna have to go back to Eddie Bravo's and do another workout just to sort of get everything out. But
no. That's not gonna happen. This dude's gonna get knocked out by my fucking jab. He's not gonna even get a chance to fucking get to the ground. Because if it does get to the ground, I'm gonna choke his ass out. I'm gonna choke his ass out harder than I did Edson Barbosa or anybody else. I was nice. No. I'm gonna put this fucker to sleep. You wanna break my arm? I'll be nice. I'll give you a chance to tap. But if not, I'll let you go and then I'll beat the shit out of you and then I'll put you back in my submission. It's interesting. You fucking threaten me one more time, dude. I swear, dude, it's over.
It's interesting that you mentioned that, Tony, because look, when people look at this matchup, a lot of people see your advantages and Khabib's advantages, and a lot of people believe that you'll exploit the fact that Khabib's striking isn't at a level of your striking, and a lot of people also believe Khabib is the best grappler in the division. So are you saying that your goal is to beat him sort of in his strength and submit him in this fight?
Always. I'm always going to beat everybody at their own strengths. Why? Because that's a challenge, and that's what I do. Is I accept all challenges. That's what I do, and I exceed all challenges and expectations because I'm a successful person. I'm doing everything behind the scenes to get everything out there. I'm going to knock this dude out, and even if I don't knock him out, I'm going to 5-point throw him. And in my kind of wrestling, that's a badass throw. So in Sambo, if you get thrown from your feet to your back, that means you just got your ass whooped. So if I throw you Khabib from your feet to your ass, dude, I just schooled you in Sambo. And then I'm going to school you in MMA by beating you up. And then once you give me that neck, then I'm going to submit you. And I'm going to be better at jiu-jitsu. And then you're going to have absolutely no fucking excuse. And then you're going to go pout to your pop. And then you're going to try to go back on the drawing board. And you're going to have to fucking admit to 1.45 million people how you suck at boxing and how your Sambo and your jiu-jitsu is piss poor to my jiu-jitsu and my wrestling.
Has that been something that sort of not bothered you, but the fact that for such a long time people always considered Khabib as the best grappler in the division sort of overlooked you, even though you have some of the most exciting grappling in all of the UFC?
He's good. He's good, man. He didn't get to where he's at by just bullshit. You know what I mean? I call it a padded record, but you got to get to 24-0 by at least winning somehow. So what he's doing is working for him. What I'm trying to say is he's not going to propose his will. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to dictate my own style, and I'm going to manipulate it, bro. I'm going to be too busy for this kid. I'm too smooth on my feet. I'm too Rico Suave on my head movement. This dude's going to try to grab me. I'm going to be fucking grab-being out, and he's not going to know what's going on. I've seen the fight films. I've seen him quit, and I've seen the same face with RDA. He had that same quit face in the T-Bow fight because he knew he lost that fight. And I beat T-Bow in the first round. And that dude almost lost to him in the third round. Come on. You guys are fucking kidding me. I'm going to school this dude.
One of the things that I love about this fight is that even though you guys were meant to fight quite a few times before, now you're fighting on a big pay-per-view in a co-main event, and you've got the title on the line. It just seems like the stakes are so much higher than before. It's the perfect time to do it. But a lot of fans, they also don't like UFC introducing interim titles. You know, to many, the interim title, it doesn't carry as much weight. What do you say to those fans that believe that the winner between you and Khabib at UFC 209, you know, maybe they consider, you know, isn't the real lightweight champion?
Well, either way, we're the toughest sons of bitches in the division right now because money made McNuggets soft. And we all know that. That dude, you know, he wants to call himself the ghost, but he's going to fade like a ghost because he's a fucking buster. Straight up, dude. That dude's fake as fuck, dude. So regardless of what he decides to do, it's what myself or Khabib decide to do with the belt. But that dude's like, he's already trying to quit, dude. He's trying to look for excuses on his way out. That dude don't want to fucking be in a man's division. He might as well have tried to cut the 45 and lost that belt. Now he's got to try to make excuses for the 155-pound belt. But when one of us has that belt, which is going to be me, then he's going to have fucking hard as fuck time trying to go on his way to victory. Because when you're facing the boogeyman, you're facing something kind of different, dude. And both these guys don't fucking get it. I don't care who you have around you or who's holding you back from throwing chairs or water bottles. When you're locked inside that octagon with me, hey, nothing's going to hold me back from getting you besides that referee.
Well,
so, I don't care what belt is. Straight up, I don't care what belt is in my hands. That'll be the real belt no matter what.
Well, you just referenced, obviously, a tweet that a lot of fans saw and enjoyed that just happened this past week. McGregor tweeted out a picture of himself standing in front of Eddie Alvarez with the caption, "I am the ghost." And you responded to that tweet with something along the lines of what you just mentioned. Just quickly, I'm just wondering, when did you sort of decide to respond to that tweet? What was the situation like? Because a lot of people have taken notice of
Somebody was like, the only ghost that we know is El Cucuy. Why are you trying to jock his style, dude? Come on, dude. You really trying to pay attention to me that much by trying to jock my style? Dude, go play somewhere else, McNuggets. I told you, you have a pass from me. Wait till your kid is born and go enjoy your time. But you want to keep poking your nose in this and try to back my style, jock my shit. Try to rack up some points by being cool. Fucking go jack out somewhere else, dude. We're real fighters over here. You ain't no ghost. The only ghost you are, you're gonna fade out. That's why I call him a buster.
One of the interesting things about this situation, Tony, is that with this interim title fight, we don't really know what lies in the future in the lightweight division. So what we're wondering is, under what scenario does this belt go from interim to a full championship, in your opinion? You know, if this McGregor-Mayweather fight does come together as the next thing for him, and you know he's absent from the UFC for most of the year, do you believe that, assuming you win, you should be made the full UFC champion while he's gone?
It should, but do you really want to see it like that? I don't. You sure as hell don't. You want to see McGregor get his ass kicked by Keith Ferg. That's what you want to see. You want to see us stylistically fight. You want to see us go back and forth and talking shit because I'm that dude that won't back down. You thought Nate was funny? Dude, I've been saving everything. You guys haven't seen shit yet. And Khabib doesn't even deserve to get the full mouth on me on this one. Fuck that. No way, dude. This one's personal. So if he wants to nitpick and say he wants to break my arm and do all this kind of, imagine what Conor would say and how much hype that shit would get. You want to see Mayweather do that? Mayweather's going to knock his ass out. Mayweather's too much for him, and he already knows that shit too. And the rest of the boxing world knows that. I know who to put my money on that one. But in the real fight that everybody wants to see and who not to know where to put the money on will be the McGregor-Ferguson fight. Why? Because I'm going to smash that fool. I'm going to submit him. You already saw him being submitted. That dude tabbed before he even got the lock choked in. So, I don't know, man. I don't even know if I would want to waste my time on that kind of dude. He doesn't meet my fight standards. The only dude right now that meets it is Khabib.
Well, let's get back to the big fight with Khabib. I mean, TUF 13 aired on March 30th, 2011. And now almost 6 years later, you fight for the lightweight interim championship. Is that a surreal feeling looking back at that and looking at that? It's taken you almost 6 years, but you're finally here fighting for the title?
Yeah, that's logically how I planned it. I mean, logically in my head, I wanted my skills to match my rankings, and I wanted it to match up really well. I'm very quick on my feet. My punching and my boxing is very top-notch. My Muay Thai is classic traditional style, tough nose. I'm gonna cut you, and I'm gonna hurt you. And the rest of my game is very unorthodox, and it's to the part where I haven't even plateaued yet. I haven't even peaked at my age or my group yet. I'm just getting better, and fuck, man. You look back right now, it says 6 years. Shoot, it feels like last year, man. I've been fighting steady. I haven't been taking too many breaks. I've been staying so steady with my fight and my work ethic. And, you know, I would have to be the one to actually, like, go through the records and check it out and look how many greens are on my record and look back how many years ago it was. Because the only thing I've been focusing on instead of time is just those victories. And shit, dude, time goes by, but the victories keep adding up, too. And I'm very happy with it. And it's a very big, honorable thing. Not just as far as myself, but even other Ultimate Fighter winners, such as Michael Bisping, seeing him hold the title. And it's inspiring to see Ultimate Fighter guys do that.
Absolutely. Well, it's been an amazing journey watching you go from, you know, the tough house to here you are contending for the interim lightweight title. And who knows? I mean, you've said many times on the show before that, you know, the sky is essentially the limit as far as your goals. You don't just want one title. You want to prove that you're best in the history, the pound for pound best. You want to hold multiple titles. So this, on March 4th, this is going to be your first step towards that. We got to grab a prediction, Tony. What is the prediction for this fight against Khabib at UFC 209? How are you getting it done? How do you visualize it finishing?
Oh man, I'm gonna see right away as soon as he gets hit by my jab. He's gonna be tasting nickels and dimes, and that acidic taste in his mouth. He's gonna try to shoot in, and he's gonna give me that neck. I'll put him in snap down city, and that's it. And it's gonna be over. And I won't tell you what round. I'm not even trying. Because the last fight, that one felt like sparring for me. For this guy, I want to go in there and I want to finish him. So regardless if it's quick or if it goes all 5 rounds, he's going to be punished. And he's going to learn a lesson or two in respect. And he wants to try to break my arm. I'm not going to break his arm, but I'm going to break his spirit and his will. And I'm going to send him home crying.
Wow, there you go. It's a journey that started all the way back in 2011. Now, almost 6 years later, he fights Khabib for the UFC lightweight interim title. Make sure to follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Tony Ferguson XT and check him out at UFC 209 against Khabib in one of the biggest blockbuster fights that people have been looking forward to for quite some time. Tony, best of luck, and we can't wait to see what March 4th brings. Thank you for coming onto the program.
Hey, submission ready. You guys are awesome. Make sure you guys follow me on my way to victory at Tony Ferguson XT. We'll see you guys at UFC 209.